Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today I'm going to be introducing to you a couple of new watches that hit the store from Hemel. Hemel is a brand I've been carrying for, it's probably less than 2 years by now. Hemel is actually also from Long Island. The founder, owner, Marvin Menke, is from a town, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so from where I live, and we forged a relationship years ago. And about I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, over the summer at some point, he told me about a new diver, this HD diver he was going to be doing. He showed me some concepts, and I was ecstatic about it. So I have them here. I have 4 of them for you. 2 of them you may have already seen, but 2 of them I asked him to make specifically for me. So it's just like a limited batch. I got a couple of them with different bezel and dial color combos. I think they're really sweet. I think they'll appeal to my viewing public. Let's see. So I am still doing the jumbo day date. I'll do a video on it. I will. Just got to take care of business first, and then it's still there. The Squale polished blue. I'm thinking about something else different for the strap. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but for now, let's get on over and talk about these cool Hemel new divers. Okay, so I've got 3 of the HD1 models here. The Hemel 300-meter automatic dive watch with a luminous bezel and anti-reflective dome sapphire crystal. I just denote them HD1, 01, 02, 03, 04, depending on the execution. I have an all navy here, dark blue dial, dark blue bezel. I have what I'm calling an Island Watch special, but I mean it's not that special. I just asked him to put an orange bezel on a black watch, and he did that for me. So I believe these are exclusive to my store. I don't think anyone else is going to sell them. I asked him to do the same thing with the green bezel, black dial, green bezel, and we also have the all black, which is a black bezel, black dial. I did not bring that one here, so I guess I'll do the orange one. They're all the same other than the colors. So let's get into it. It is a 42 millimeter diameter watch. It's 12 millimeters thick. It's only 46 on the tip to tip. Generally on a 42 millimeter watch, you kind of maybe expect like a 48. Only 46, so I think it's a little more comfortable to wear than its size might tell you. 22 millimeter lug. It is a solid stainless steel case back with engraving. We'll get into it in a bit. I had mentioned it's a dome, single dome. You can see the distortion. Single dome sapphire crystal with AR, and you can definitely see the AR in the lights as I move it back and forth. It is a nice solid link bracelet. Kind of a different style. Not really oyster, not really presidential, not end mill. Yeah, almost like its own style. Double push button butterfly clasp. A little bit of a departure here that it's not a single fold over diver's clasp. I think it's kind of an interesting choice. And you can see Hemel logo on the clasp, which is nice. It's all done in a brushed stainless steel. And I would say the bezel itself is actually blasted. And look at the knurling on the bezel and on the crown. Oh, a dream to turn. Really nice. I'm wearing gloves, and it grips like a champ 120 click bezel. And because Marvin is a nut when it comes to stuff like this, you know everything is going to align and work out perfectly. So what's inside? It's a Miyota 9039, which is pretty much like the Miyota 9015, except it's got no date. It is a 28,800 beat per hour watch. So that second hand, if I can get it to focus, that second hand is humming away at 8 ticks a second. So it's very smooth and very fluid. You may also notice it is a sandwich dial, sandwich construction. So the dial that you see, and maybe I'll zoom in on that for you. So in looking at the dial, you can see it's actually cut out, and there's a luminous disc underneath. Several other watches do this. Watches in the past have done this. It's really a nice way to make the lume stand out. It's obviously a more expensive way to do business, but you'll see when we do the lume shot that it really shines, theoretically and figuratively. Let's see, we've got a silver seconds hand, silver minute hand, and then the hour hand is orange, which is kind of another interesting departure. Orange is very important to Hemel. Usually on a diver you'd see the minute hand being orange, not the seconds hand. It is 300 meters water resistant. That's a distance. You never have to worry about any water intrusion here. The bracelet is solid endlink, and let's take a look at the case back engraving and the writing. It is the Hydro Endurance, HD1 sapphire crystal. You can see the engraving on the back is two dolphins. It's really nice engraving work. Really sweet. Hemel HD series is written at the bottom. Everything about the watch screams quality, and obviously really nothing left behind or nothing, kind of chinched out on. Really looks good. Solid screw down case back. Let's do price. So the price is $5.99, which again, with the rest of the Hemel watches, he's kind of in the ballpark for where you want to be for a watch comprising sapphire crystal, high-end Miyota movement, nice solid link bracelet. It's a micro brand, right? So they don't have the powers of manufacturing that the bigger brands do, but what they do have is imagination and design prowess. So check out what they've done. Marvin designs it. I think he did a bang-up job on everything. Yes, it's another diver, but it's not a diver like you've ever seen before, at least I don't think. Let me cut out the lights, and we'll see how it shines, literally. Yikes. There's that C3 lume in action. Like I said, so guys, the bezel is lumed. There's that red dot on the camera. I got to figure out how to turn that light off. I haven't really looked yet. I haven't really read the manual yet on the camera. I've just been kind of fudging my way through it. But look at that. I mean, is that not gorgeous? Again, it's C3 Superluminova. Shines very well. Tell me that's not going to be simple to read, no matter what time of night it is. So that's the orange one. So this is an orange bezel black dial. I also asked him to do, because he had done versions, I believe, in all green, like a green dial and a green bezel. I think there's an orange coming out. I thought they were a little bit too loud for me, personally, so I asked him just to do it with just the bezel and a black dial, and he obliged. That's what's great about, talking to a micro brand. You can kind of, you can almost get anything you want. It's like McDonald's or is that Burger King, your way. Just really nice to deal with a small company, direct access to the owner, and I can kind of get whatever I want from my customer, which is really, really cool. So this is same watch, just the black dial and the green bezel. Same lume, same everything. And then the last one is navy. I like that he calls it navy and not blue, because navy, kind of brings to your mind a dark blue, and it's a very dark blue. The dial is extremely dark. The bezel pops a little bit more. I'm looking through the viewfinder, and the dial looks black, but through my eyeballs, I can see the dial is blue. It's not running. I don't think we went over that. Simple operation, but let's go over it anyway. Screw down crown, so you unscrew it. It'll pop, and then once it pops, you can wind it. So the 9039 is a hand winding and hacking movement. So once you wind it up, it starts to go. You can pull the crown out, let's see, and it hacks, so the seconds hand stops, and I can change the time. Now, you may be familiar with other watches, with maybe the 9015 or any other Miyota movement or any other ETA movement where there's a date, but the watch manufacturer chooses to not cut the date window open in the watch. What Marvin's done here, he has no date window, so he uses a movement that does not have a date. Ingenious, right? So there's only one click to pull out, which is kind of cool. I'll say as a watch guy and a reviewer of, probably several hundred, or I don't know how many watches have passed my hands. Not on camera, but off camera, easily several thousand. I can't say I've really ever had a watch with this movement where it's a one click out to change the time. So really cool. Anyway, it's self-winding and hand-winding hacks. About a 40-hour power reserve, so as usual, you can take it off at night, not wear it the next day, and the following morning, she should still be running for you. Let's put it on the wrist and call the video over. So there is the navy one on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It looks great. It fits great. I'm not holding the excess back. I really don't have to. I mean, there is a lot of excess, don't get me wrong, but it's laying very comfortably on my wrist. That 46 tip to tip makes it an extremely comfortable and easy watch to wear. This is Hemel's, I guess it's really his first foray into the dive watch market. The other watches have been kind of your field watches, an auto and some quartz, and then some chronos. Flight chronos. This is definitely the first foray into the dive watch, and I really think the guy hit it out of the park. Bravo and kudos. So this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the Hemel Hydrodurance wristwatches. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.